Spirit Shackle Media.
Everybody, and welcome to Payday, a Pokemon podcast. My name is Tom, and I'm here with Matt as always.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And we're doing a special. It's not the 2-week hurdle, but it is the second week of the month.
Almost like a 2-week hurdle.
Sure, why
yeah,
not?
That'll do. The hurdle.
So we're going to be talking about some E3 news and some Pokemon Direct news from last week as well. Because luckily we get to talk about these both at the same time.
Yes.
So today is June the 11th when we're recording this, so we have just watched the latest stuff for Pokemon, and it's looking good. I mean, there might even be more stuff over the next couple of days, because Nintendo are doing 3 days of E3.
Yeah, they did.
But I don't reckon they'll do any more.
We'll have to drop in and see.
But we got a lot. We saw a hell of a lot since the last episode that we released,
yes.
So there's a lot to talk about, man.
There's a lot today.
Since the press conference 2 weeks ago, there's been a hell of a lot of information, which is amazing.
Yes.
So, but before we do that, we've got a thing. We've been meaning to do this for 2 months, and we keep forgetting because we just forget sometimes. But this time we were remembering.
I remembered.
We bought some Pokemon drinks.
Oh God.
I'd like to say it was a sponsor, but we didn't get sponsored.
No, unfortunately not.
Unfortunately, we're not good enough for sponsors.
No.
Forget it.
Forget it.
We don't need sponsors because we have money.
We're the best
Sponsors are for poor people. We got money.
I'm just reading the.
Okay, so there's a mate called Ocean Bomb. I think it's a Japanese brand. I found it in an Asian supermarket. We got 2 cans. We got one with a Pokeball on it and one with Pikachu's face.
Yeah. Nick's really happy.
What flavors are they, Matt? I can't see from here.
So Pikachu is sparkling water cucumber flavor.
Weird.
Ew. And the Pokeball is sparkling water original flavor, so I can only imagine that's just plain sparkling water.
The kind of stuff that ruins your whole day.
Yeah, basically. When you think you're just getting...
when you think you're getting a lemonade, and then you drink it, and it's sparkling water, and
you think you're just getting some plain water, and then all of a sudden your plain refreshing water is sparkly. I'm not about the sparkles, I just want some fucking
Who drinks sparkling water? Apparently us, because we're allowed to drink it.
I don't know.
We're going to do a live tasting, I guess.
I guess so.
Check out Instagram and Twitter for pictures of these cans. I mean, if I find more, I'll buy more and we'll review them on every episode. But I don't know, man. I don't know what to say.
About this.
Okay, so you've already poured them out. So do you want to hand me
yours? Okay. So that is your cucumber water.
Okay, so should we start with the cucumber water first, and then we'll do the sparkling water after?
Oh, if we have to.
Come on, let's do it.
Okay, where's my cucumber water?
So yours is in the glass, right? Because you poured it.
Oh yeah, it would be. I'm so confused.
We've had to pour these out into 2 glasses and 2 cans. So,
are you ready to try?
Cheers,
this?
buddy.
Here we go.
Cucumber water is exactly what you'd expect. It's sparkling, and it tastes oddly like cucumber. I kind of like it though, but I wouldn't buy this. I did buy this, but I'm not. It's not something I would actively go out and buy. But do you know when people give you a glass of water? This happens to me at work a lot because I get busy. Someone will give me a glass of water and put cucumber wedge in there, and then I'll come back to it an hour later and it tastes just like this, and I quite like it because you're I can taste the fruit in there.
I'm not a fan of cucumber, so if someone gave me water with cucumber in it, I'd be very upset.
What do you rate this out of 10?
Purely based on my hatred for cucumber, I'd put this as a 1.
I put it as a 2.
A 2. You're going to give it a 2?
A 2 out of 10. I'm not going to finish that. Yeah. All right, let's review some sparkling water, some ruin your day water.
Okay.
Bottoms up.
Cheers, Tom.
Yep, still shitty.
It's got a weird sort of not water taste to it.
I don't like it.
It's just sparkling mess.
It's just nothing. It's just bubbles.
Yeah. It's got that carbonated taste to it.
In a world where you can have a Pepsi, why would you have a water? That's a quote.
In a world where you've got water, why would you ruin it by putting bubbles in it?
Exactly, yeah. I fucking love water, but not...
Very upset with that.
Not bubbly water.
I'm going to just pour the rest of that into here and make
the cucumber.
Cucumbery sparkling water.
We will make Toby drink that later.
I feel like this is going to react and explode or something.
I'm going to leave these and Toby can try them. And give us his honest review.
Oh, that's made it worse.
Alright, well anyway guys, we'll get on to actually why you came here now.
I feel like I'm going to die of like poisoning from this.
Right, so Matt, first of all I'm going to talk to you about the Pokemon Direct that happened last week.
Yes.
Before we move on to talking about what happened today. So let's quickly run through what we saw last week. Okay.
So much stuff.
Multiple new Pokemon revealed. We had Corviknight, Wooloo, Gossifleur, Dreadnought, Eldegoss, and Corviknight. Oh, I already said Corviknight.
Yeah. Wooloo seems to be like blowing up everywhere.
Everyone loves Wooloo.
I know.
I liked Eldegoss, personally.
I quite liked all of them.
I liked them all as well. They're all really cool. At first, I was a bit like, they're weird looking Pokemon. Like, it took me a minute, and then I was like, actually, do you know what? I really like these guys. They're cool.
I think everyone has that sort of initial first.
I'm always like that when I see a new Pokemon.
They look a bit strange, but they grow on you.
Yeah. So we saw those guys. They were pretty cool. Corviknight is awesome.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Yeah. Apparently, it's the strongest Pokemon in the skies in Galar, so who knows?
Nice.
Okay, they announced Dynamax.
That was an interesting one. I didn't like it to begin with, but I kind of really do like it now.
Same, yeah. My first impression was, why are they putting giant Pokemon into this game? And then I was like, actually, do you know what? This could be fun. I need to stop taking Pokemon so seriously, because
so many memes came
people
out of
take
that.
Pokemon way too seriously, and it's made me realise that maybe I do as well. Not nearly as much as other people do, but
just,
people take it way too seriously.
The memes that came out of that Dynamax, though, like when they visited the Pokemon Island with the giant Pokemon in it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The anime.
I didn't even see any memes like that.
People were like, hey, look, they've gone back to this. Like, oh, yeah, the giant Pokemon. I forgot about that.
But they were robots.
Oh, yeah, they were, weren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe the Dynamax Pokemon are robots.
I hope not. That'd be sad.
Yeah.
So it makes your Pokemon massive. It makes it more powerful. Gives it more different moves. It changes the moves into different kinds of moves.
Max moves, is it?
Yeah, max moves. And it only lasts for 3 turns. So you've got to kind of pick your timing really well.
It's kind of like
when
when
to
you're
use
doing your
these.
Pokemon steroids.
Something like that, yeah.
They did say, didn't they not, like something to do with it's going to change the way Pokemon battles work.
Yeah.
Kind of, or like you'd have to change your strategy slightly if you're more of a competitive battler.
I can see people running Protect a lot more.
Yeah.
Not that they don't already, but Focus Sash as well. Like I could just see it being this thing where like you've got a Pokemon set up specifically to counter the
Dynamax
Pokemon. So like they Dynamax their Pokemon, you protect the first turn, they hit you on the second turn, but you survive with your Focus Sash, and then you protect on the third turn, and then they're wasted it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I could see it. I think that'd be a very wise strategy. There are max raid battles that have been added, which are really cool.
So good.
We saw an actual video of some of the people that made Pokemon in the Treehouse session doing it, didn't we? And it looked great.
Incredible.
It looked really fun. There was 4 of them playing, and they all got to work together. And like one of them used Reflect to like help the whole team out, and like
it just looks so good.
Yeah, it was really cool. I really enjoyed how it worked. I think at first I was like, I can't see this working very well, but seeing it in action, I could see it, really being a cool way to work it out. You'd have to kind of plan in advance with your mates and just be like, okay, do it this way, you do this, I'll do this, and then like plan.
It's so cool. You have to like arrange your time because you can do it as a group of people. You could all take your Switch to a certain area, or like go around a mate's house and all do it with your Switches, or you could do it from home over Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
over the internet, which is also really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't even have to leave your house if you want to be a recluse, just like me.
That's exactly how you want to do it. The champion is Leon. I was surprised they showed you the champion.
Yeah, me too.
Straight away, but nice because like you can stop with this whole like who's the champion mystery every single game because it gets old, and I think they've realised that. So
tell you what, guys, here he is, straight off the bat.
Here's your champion. Yeah.
Now you can stop wondering.
Yeah, and his brother Hop is the rival.
Hop.
I know. Poor kid.
I kind of like it.
He had so he's your rival. He's the brother of the champion.
If he doesn't have a Hoppip, I'm going to be really upset.
That would be funny.
Yeah, Hoppip and Hop.
Professor Magnolia.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonia.
Sonia.
Introduced. And everyone loves Sonia already. That's the other one.
Sonia.
course they did. Everyone jumps on the girl character.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course they do.
Of course they did.
Of course they do. No, she's kind of cool.
I like her. I like her design. I'm just literally shitting on all the guys out there that are like getting thirsty about the girl, and I'm like, the girl's cool. Yeah.
She's cool, yeah. She's eight.
They introduced the 2 legendary Pokemon on the box art. Zacian and Zamazenta. You don't like these guys?
I would really like to know what other people's opinions are on these because I think they're terrible.
Really?
I really hate them.
I don't hate them at all.
I saw them and I was like, oh, they're basically the same.
They are very, very
It's
similar
basically
looking,
like
and that is what I will.
Latios and Latios.
I will concede that. Yeah, they are very similar, but I feel like that was the whole point of them.
Possibly it might grow on me.
I do kind of wish that, like I read in somewhere, a couple of places, that people were like, oh, they should just make it one legendary that changes forms depending on what game it's in. I kind of wish they had done that, but then I don't know.
That would have been cool. I feel like everyone's just going to go for like Sword, because Sword is a better design.
I don't know.
There is a
the
better
Shield one
design.
is cool.
I like the Shield one. I thought I'm personally probably going to go for Shield just because I feel like everyone's going to go for Sword.
Yeah.
So.
But is the Shield one like... No, is the Sword one... Like, how does the sword work? Is it like attached to the Pokemon, or is he just holding it in his mouth? Like, can he drop the sword?
I don't know,
How
it
does
kind of
eat?
looks like a dog that's just picked up a stick and starts waving it around, like, frantically.
Sword Doggo and Shield Doggo.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? The Rotom phone.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I like it. I like the idea of it. Especially when we saw it in the wild area.
Oh, the wild
What
area.
a transition. The wild area is the most exciting thing I've ever seen in Pokemon, I think.
Possibly the biggest thing, like, no pun intended.
It's Pokemon Breath of the Wild now. Like,
yeah, basically.
There's 360 movement of the camera. You can move around and you can see Pokemon in the overworld. They knew what they were doing in the announcement trailer when they showed Pokemon in the grass, you know, like the wild encounters from the old games. And you were like, oh, they're not doing the Let's Go thing. They knew what they were doing. They were biding their time.
They were holding
They drop it like a nuke, and then you're like, oh shit, look out.
Look at this. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, for anybody that has not seen it, just quite literally Breath of the Wild, but Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know, big open.
It's really impressive.
It's what we've always wanted from a Pokemon game, just this big open world.
It's so cool.
Obviously, they're still going to have the cities as well.
The different
little towns.
The weather affects what Pokemon appear.
That's even better. That's so cool.
There's some amazing stuff that, like, yeah, you just can't fathom it. Like, it's going to be so big. Like,
although it's going to make catching a few quite difficult because you're going to have to keep going back and like hope the weather changes. But that's also quite cool.
That's the fun of it, though, because like, you know, you just don't know what you're going to get every time you go out there. I don't even want to look it up. I don't want to know what Pokemon you can find in this wild area. I just want to go out there and be excited and surprised by what I find, depending on what the weather's like.
Yeah, that'd be so awesome.
The wild area is awesome. It looks like they've made Pokemon kind of like half open world now, and like the scenery looks incredible.
It is really pretty,
and it feels like a different game now. You know what I mean? Like it still looks like and feels like Pokemon, but it feels more free. Like that 360 camera really helps.
You don't feel so constricted to like a certain route. Although there's nothing wrong with like the previous games, but
I think we'll really, still have routes.
Opened it up,
but I feel like the wild area is the big part of the game now. It's really exciting.
That'll just, I feel like it will just bring so much more gameplay. Like once you've completed it, you can still go back and explore that massive area.
Yeah, and also we got to see the first gym leader, who is a soy boy. He's a big swole plant boy, and he looks weird. Kind of like him, but he's like the muscliest guy ever, but like grass trainer.
Yeah. Weird.
What do you think of Milo? What was his name?
I like it. It's cool.
He okay. He's fine in my book.
He fine.
Yeah, there's some big stuff. Should we talk about what we saw today, though?
Let's talk.
Because there's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to run down this list from Cerebi.net because there's so much that I've forgotten. And we're going to have to just go through it a little bit by bit. Okay, so the first thing they told us was we can use the Pokeball Plus with Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is big news.
But
not in the way you would imagine, like you would in Let's Go. But I suppose they're not going for the same simple setup as Let's Go was.
No.
There's stuff you can do now that you could not do in Let's Go, so it makes sense that, you know, there are more things.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. They kind of built it up as you can use it, and then but.
Do you know what though? I am so happy that they even featured the Pokeball Plus in this game because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, to be fair, I wasn't.
I'm happy with anything because I was expecting nothing. So like now it's just so cool because it's just so cool, Matt. You can put your Pokemon into the Pokeball and carry them around like you could before and level them up and train them and like just so good. It's that immersion that I love about Pokemon nowadays.
You just can't use it as the actual controller like you could.
No, I can live with that. It's fine.
That's not too bad, actually.
It's nice. It would be nice to play a Pokemon game with a controller.
Yeah.
Like an actual handheld controller.
That'd be cool.
Okay, so we saw the water type gym leader called Nessa.
Nessa.
Oh!
Ow!
Matt!
What?
Nessa. Gavin and Stacey. That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
Christmas episode coming soon.
Oh, man.
James Corden was only good in Gavin and Stacey. I know people don't agree with me, but it's true.
Well, you just went so off tangent from Pokemon to Gavin and Stacey.
I can't
just
help
like
it.
That.
Gavin and Stacey's great. Have you not heard the Christmas episodes coming out this Christmas? That's a huge thing.
I'm not that excited.
Oh, screw you, man.
I was never really a massive Gavin and Stacey
Gavin and Stacey's so good.
Hey, Tom.
Oh, man, that was a lot. There's a lot of clicking their fingers in this E3 because, like, Switch, that's the sound they make.
Yeah.
And then they had the sound playing over their clicks anyway. Like,
oh, it's so cringeworthy. It was funny to begin with, but now it's just like, stop it.
Okay, so Grookey had a new move that was revealed called Branch Poke. Cute, I like it. He holds his little stick. I love how he holds his stick in the battle. Like, it's not just in his hair, he's holding it like a little sword.
Yeah.
Love it. Grookey's the best.
I like Sobble. It looks so distressed, just like me. It's like, oh my god, life is so chaotic. So I'm gonna go for Sobble.
The wild area includes locations such as Lake Mylock, Rolling Hills, and Lake Axwell. So there are multiple lakes.
Cool.
And different areas. We saw a lot of that, didn't we? It looked really nice. It was really cool to see just exploring around the
just casually
lots of different cliffs and like different heights and like just Pokemon varying them out like everywhere you went and like the weather changed depending on where you travelled as well.
It wasn't like a complete flat open area.
It felt massive because it was just so ranged, there are icons that appear on the left side of the screen that are notifications to tell you what your friends are up to, what they've caught. You can see trade requests that people send to you, and it's through an item called the Y-Com. And this is awesome. I grabbed your leg at this point because I was like, Matt, are you watching properly here? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because Masuda was playing at the same time as somebody else who was in the Treehouse Direct, and they both just appeared on the same screen, and it turned out that if you're playing with your friends, they can appear in your game.
That's so...
How does that even work? I don't think it's so much that they appear in your game, but so much that the wild area is more like an MMO's area. And like when they're in that area, you and your friends can all seemingly exist in this in one collective Pokemon game. Like
that was awesome. That was absolutely incredible.
I'm not under any impression. I reckon once you leave the wild area, your friends can't follow you into the towns. I reckon it's literally just the wild area.
But that's fine.
Because that's perfect. Because now it's like that all the Pokemon games are connected through this. Like whereas in Let's Go you had to drop into someone else's game. Now you don't have to drop into anybody's game and feel like you're not playing your own game. You're all playing your own game, but in one collective world. Yeah, which is so incredible. Matt, me and you can play together like we've always wanted to. Like
yes.
Even if we're not like fighting together or like anything like that, we can do max raid battles together. We can run around together and be like, cool, look at this.
This is so awesome.
And like give each other items because the Masuda character gave a player character a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
Sack of potatoes. I was not expecting a sack of potatoes.
Not sure what that's for, but
I reckon they're putting cooking in this game. When you want to go out into day and night cycles are coming back. Obviously they will. When it gets to nighttime and you're out in the wild area, maybe you can camp out for the night and you can cook food on a stove or something.
Maybe.
Breath of the Wild style, find food, make a cooking pot, like use it and make meals for you and your Pokemon, and maybe it will do something with the stats. It's a bit like Final 15. You could go out and collect items in the overworld, and at night before you went to bed, you would do that, and like the meals that you cooked created buffs for you for the next day. So like your HP was higher the next day, or like your EXP growth was better the next day. Like There's so many possibilities they can do with this now, and it's just really exciting to know that they can do things like that.
It should be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that.
And it can be local and online, so we don't have to do it online. We could just stand in the same room and play.
Just stand.
Yeah.
We'll just stand in my hallway and like...
Yeah, it would be like, whoa, I could sit on the toilet and play.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Pokemon's going to be so good.
Living the dream, I could be sat on the sofa and you can sit on the toilet.
Yeah, there you go.
Great. Awesome.
So max raid battles. You can choose one Pokemon from your party or your box, and each battle has a 10-turn limit. And the Dynamax Pokemon can use multiple moves. We saw this.
Yeah,
Steelix used 2 moves in a row.
That was quite daunting.
But also, I guess it needed to be done to kind of level the playing field.
Yeah, if it's 4 against 1.
And only one person can Dynamax battle, but the position of who can Dynamax changes throughout the match. So if you haven't Dynamaxed on your turn, the next turn it's moving to someone else, and they have the opportunity to. So, I guess it takes a lot of pre-planning in advance to sort of decide who's going to be the Dynamax Pokemon. Yeah. It's so cool.
And then you saw Steelix put up
a barrier
at
half health.
That was quite interesting.
It hit half health, and then it had this little 5-bar barrier appear around it, and you had to hit it 5 times to get rid of the barrier
before you could start knocking away its HP again.
Do you know who's going to be really viable? Pokemon like Cloyster with Skill Link when they can hit 5 times.
Yeah.
You just use Icicle Shard or whatever it's called. No, not Ice Shard. Icicle Spear, and then you just do hit 5 times, break some all, straight away, done.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's how you get around that. That's a tactic. You know what I mean? That's there will be people bringing in Pokemon like that can hit multiple times. That guarantee. Pokemon like Hitmontop with triple kick and
No, if you can bring it into this game.
Yeah. Okay. So they had an amazing E3 experience, an amazing treehouse show off. I was on top of the world. I was having the best day. And then they mentioned, kind of briefly, casually, oh, not all the Pokemon will be available in Sword and Shield, and you won't be able to transfer all the Pokemon into Sword and Shield. So basically, they're having a Pokedex called the Galar Pokedex or whatever. And they're the only Pokemon that can be in that game. You cannot, unlike Sun and Moon when you had the Alola Dex, but you could still transfer Pokemon that weren't in the Alola Dex over and use them anyway. You can't do that in this game. It's a bombshell, and people are angry.
It was just literally here's a massive hype for this amazing game that everyone is looking forward to.
Yep.
Here's all this exciting stuff, and then it's oh, by the way, we're doing this. Lol, bye.
It's sad. And you know that there's going to be a lot of Pokemon out there that get cut.
Yeah.
And people are going to be disappointed because their favourite Pokemon are going to get cut. And that's really sad.
That's gonna be the big thing, isn't it? People are gonna go absolutely nuts because they can't have their favourite Pokemon.
If I can't put Mimikyu in that game, what is the point?
Yeah, basically.
My favourite Pokemon. I'm gonna be so sad if I can't put my favourite Pokemon into that game. I have my fantasy team, and if I can't have any of them in that team, then it's gonna be ruined, and I'm gonna be really sad.
I've already seen a Haunter on there, so I know I can have a Haunter, but I don't know if they'll put Ghastly and Gengar on there as well.
They would have to.
I'd imagine so, but we'll see.
I imagine if you can see one Pokemon, the whole evolution line will be there.
I expect so.
Because why wouldn't they? You imagine having a Haunter and not being able to evolve it. That would be ridiculous.
So
yeah. But it's just the fact that there's probably going to be a few Pokemon that get cut, and it's probably going to be a lot of people's favourite Pokemon as well. You think about every single Pokemon out there.
It's
at least one person's favourite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something really obscure, help me pick up a really obscure Pokemon.
Hippopotato.
Yeah, Hippopotas, yeah.
Yeah, Hippopotato.
Hippopotato.
Yeah.
Somebody out there, that's their favourite Pokemon, and that might get cut from this game, and that's just so sad to think about. That they've really messed up. I don't know what reason they could have. It can't be limitations because surely the Pokemon are the smallest files on there compared to this huge open world area they've just brought out.
I'd really like to know the logic
they
behind it. They
managed to squeeze everything.
Their reasoning behind it.
They managed to fit 2 regions into Pokemon Gold and Silver. I know it was a very stripped down version of it, but they managed to do it. I mean, we're dealing with something much, much, much bigger now. They can make it work.
Yeah, you've got all these technologies, these these amazing games consoles that can run all sorts of different programs, and they're supposedly super powerful, and yet I will just leave a few out because we can't be asked.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the real reason is. I feel like they are going to regret this decision, and I think they're going to do a Sonic the movie, and they're going to hopefully
hope-
they're
I
going to go
really
back
hope.
and say, oh, look, we understand that you don't like this. We're going to go back now and we're going to fix it. Even if it means they come out later. I don't mind waiting a few more months if it
I would
means we're going to
happily
get all the
wait a few more
Pokemon.
months if it meant you could actually like legitimately complete the Pokedex.
I hope it's not the fact that they want it out by Christmas is the reason that they haven't got this done, because I'll be very mad
I'd be
at them.
so annoyed. I mean, even if they released it and then, like you said earlier, like you suggested, like they slowly release as like a
Max Raid Battle Pokemon, and then,
or like a DLC where you download it and then like you
yeah,
can
they could just do a
access-
day one patch where like you download it and it fills out the rest of the Pokemon. Like it won't damage everybody's reputation. It's better than not having them.
Yes.
At the end of the day, no matter what happens, I feel like they've handled that really badly.
Yeah, that was the one thing I did not like about this.
The only sour note, the most bitter part of this whole thing is that, and that was right at the end as well, so it was really sad.
Here's a Pokemon game. Our slogan is "Got to catch them all," but
Even
you can't.
Even the guy running the treehouse was kind of confused because he was like, "So all the shiny Pokemon that I caught in Let's Go, I can transfer those into Galar, right?" And he was like, "If they're in the decks, then yes." That's sad to think. Just saying that, like, that means they're going to cut some Kanto Pokemon.
If I can't put my shiny Banette in there, I'm going to be so pissed.
Oh man, yeah, all the shinies that you got in Go.
Yeah.
See, like, I don't know what's going to happen from here. Like, this is a big deal. People aren't going to buy this game now if this is the case. I know they won't because people are going to be upset.
People will wait and they'll wait for people to say, like, what the dex is like you can have this Pokemon or you can't. And if they can't have their favourite Pokemon, they'll be like, you know what, screw this.
Yeah, forget it. Because the whole point in Pokemon is that you're allowed to use your favourites. And
I feel like this news has kind of divided the community because people are like in absolute uproar over this.
They are. That being said, okay, if this ends up happening, we're just going to have to make the best out of a bad situation. It might even be for the better. It will create a new competitive scene that we wouldn't have. It won't be better. I know it won't be better, but
it's really upset me, but I'm still going to buy it.
Yeah, same. And I'm still going to make the best of this situation no matter what happens, and I'm still going to enjoy this Pokemon game. I'm just always going to be sad that I won't be able to bring in Nidoking or something.
Certain
you know what I mean? Like,
really
it'll just be a random Pokemon that I'll be missing and I'll be sad about.
It would just feel weird.
If it'd be any of my 6, I'm going to be sad.
Mm-hmm.
Who even are my 6? I forget. Okay. So, what else was there? Oh, so we saw 2 new Pokemon in this as well.
Oh, that was kind of like with somebody playing, weren't they? Because they had demos going.
Yeah, they played a demo at E3. People could play, I don't even know what it was. I think it was just the water gym battle. And there were 2 new Pokemon. There was Yamper, who is an electric type Pokemon that has an ability that basically fetches the first failed Pokeball throw that you make against a wild Pokemon. How cute is that?
Little doggo.
It is a really cute little electric doggo who plays fetch, and he's a corgi. Of course he is, because it's England, and the Queen evolves, has a crown, looks like the Queen. Could see it already.
Brilliant, yeah, probably.
And also there was Impidimp, which is a dark and fairy type little weird demon thing.
I quite like it. Kinda.
Did you ever watch the show Disenchantment? I think it was called. It reminds me of the little demon in that, the little black thing, but this one is like pink and purple.
I can see that.
Also a little bit of Mr. Burns in there.
yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, can't not see it.
Oh dear.
Okay, so Nessa. Can't tell how old she is, but she's definitely like the babe of this gen, like they did with what's her name in the last game?
Lily?
No, not Lily. Who am I thinking of? The Kahuna of the second island. You know the one I'm on about. Mm-hmm. The one that was like the hot one.
The hot one.
Yeah, Olivia, I think her name was.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and like they're definitely doing this again, but like
the hot English babe. Nessa.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Because lots of people in
and people are going to love her, I
England
can tell.
are called Nessa.
I like her design, though. I think she looks really badass. She looks like she just lets out these bad bitch vibes constantly.
I feel like they don't know Britain very well.
I don't know.
They should have a job centre in this game. And then like loads of people like on drugs.
Well, that would be a scary game. And not my Pokemon.
But it would be like an actual representation of Britain.
I guess in one way, I've sort of sense,
just
I
like
guess.
Jeremy Carl
but also, James Bond is like England as well, right?
I guess
he helped the Queen parachute into the Olympics that one time, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Of course, yeah, because...
Okay.
Yeah.
So I posted a little tweet out asking people what they thought of the latest Pokemon news. We had a couple of people reply, so do you want me to quickly read out some stuff?
Yeah, go on, let's read through the replies.
Okay, so this was about last week's Pokemon Direct, and we had Side, who is at Sidewalk Closed. Our question, by the way, was, what our tweet says, we want your predictions on Pokemon Sword and Shield. Whatever your thoughts, let us know and get featured on the podcast. Okay, so
here's your feature.
Side at Sidewalk Closed says, free roam in the wild area will be unlocked in stages by tasks from gym leaders. You'll be able to explore more and more as the game progresses. I could see that that's happening, logical, actually. That's a
very, very good prediction.
I kind of want them to give it all to us at the beginning and be like, okay, you can go anywhere in this wild area you want, but like there are going to be areas where Pokemon are way too strong for you anyway, so like you probably don't want to go over there, and you have to learn that yourself, like old school style. I mean, it kind of happened in the E3 demo, didn't it? When the guy walked into the grass and got his first Pokemon killed by a Machoke.
But did you notice that he had a level 45 Pokemon in his party?
He had him ready. He was ready not to die, yeah. But like also could have happened. Like you never know what could happen.
But he had 4 3 starters as well. Like
he did. And he had Wooloo. You never got to see Wooloo in battle.
No, upset. I can see that happening though. That's a good prediction.
And Andy Cheatham at the Drew Gamer says, I agree with Side. It would be unlocked as you progress. Maybe with gym leaders giving you the tasks. I like some side quests in there too. I'd love to see some interesting type combos that we haven't seen before. Make it really interesting on choices for my team.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Side quests will be amazing. If there are trainers just hanging out in the wild area you can talk to, and they can be like, oh, can you try and find me this species of Pokemon, or can you find me berries off this specific tree and like bring them back, like stupid little fetch quests, but like extra stuff just to branch, like fill out the story.
Can you find this Pokemon and I'll trade it with you for this Pokemon that you can't get? Yeah, that kind of stuff.
And already you've got a Pokemon with an interesting type combo that we haven't seen before, because Impidimp is Dark and Fairy.
That's a cool.
We haven't had that type yet.
Cool combination.
Really cool combo. I'm excited to see that because I really love Dark types and I love Fairy types as well. So like.
I like Dark types.
I wonder if it evolves. I hope it evolves because it looks a bit scrawny and I kind of want to see it get bigger.
A buff version, yeah.
But at the same time, it would be really cool if it's a really strong Pokemon like that and it's just this little scrawny thing that's really strong.
That'd be cool.
But currently we have got a couple of things open, a couple of tweets open at the moment for people to respond in. So like, you know, if you guys are listening, you want to take part, we will be talking about this again eventually. So if you want to go onto our Payday Twitter, it's at Pokemon Payday, and you know, just drop a comment in there. Let us know what you think about the new stuff about E3.
Yeah, I'm enjoying getting some, you know,
I like hearing your opinions. Yeah.
Because me and you are very similar and we like and dislike the same things.
We do. We're very similar people.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Matt, what are your general feelings so far about Pokemon Sword and Shield as they stand?
I really like the game. I like the look of it. As we stated, I'm just not that happy about
the Galar Pokedex idea,
but I'm hoping that they'll sort that. They'll see that the fans are not happy about it and perhaps change their minds, I guess. I hope.
We can only hope, yeah. I mean, maybe there's a reason they've done this and maybe it will be revealed later, you know. Maybe there is something that's more than it looks, you know.
Maybe.
At the moment, I'm very, very excited for this game. The whole wild area has just completely turned around my expectations, and now I'm just so excited.
So cool.
So I'm just I'm waiting to see what happens from here now.
Yeah, man.
And no matter what, I'm going to get the game, and I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to absolutely love it.
But, I'll still play it. Definitely.
Yeah, and I'm going to enjoy it no matter what. I know I will, because it looks too good to not enjoy, but I'm going to miss some Pokemon if they're not involved in some way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bring them out little bit by bit. Dynamax, like max raid battles, and then you unlock a new Pokemon that way.
At least, yeah. At the very least.
That would be really cool, you know?
At the very least.
But yeah, I'm excited about these games, personally. I really like the new Pokemon that we've seen so far. I hope Yampa's as cute as it looks, because Yampa's real sweet.
Yampa.
I hope it evolves into a really cool, like, Crown Doggo.
Crown Doggo.
There's a lot of dogs so far this gen.
Maybe England is renowned for dogs.
Is it? I
don't know.
I guess a little bit.
Maybe it is.
Maybe.
We're the nation that loves animals.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to close out this episode, Matt, by talking to you about some leaks.
Oh, leaks.
Supposed leaks, or rumours, or theories. But some of these have been right, actually, and people are like, holy shit, like, a Pokemon called Yampa was already sort of leaked before this.
I've heard about these things, yeah.
And stuff like this. Like, there was a lot of stuff that, like, was already leaked far before it happened, and stuff that happened today has proved it even further that this is true. So obviously take all this with a pinch of salt, and if you don't want to hear this, guys, feel free to stop the podcast now, because that's why I left it for the end.
Warnings.
Yeah, there could be spoilers here, and you know what, they're probably not, but who knows? You know, I like these kind of rumours because it's just funny to speculate and wonder about.
It's funny to see like how accurate, if anything, they are.
Yeah.
Like, if they are at all, I guess.
Okay, you ready for this?
Let's do it.
Okay, so this is from comicbook.com, and they want to give us a list of the new information from the leak. The Galar region's villainous team is named Team Yell, but they seem to be well-meaning fans of a person named Marnie. It's probably a gym leader called Marnie, I imagine, and
Maybe.
like the team are just like hooligans at a football game.
Hooligans.
There is an evil legendary Pokemon called Eternatus. I could believe there is definitely a third legendary that's like against the two legendaries, because do you remember in their release, like reveal trailer, there was like a weird wind and like that blew up, and they both kind of went on guard. Like,
yes,
yeah, I could see it. Like, they're against one Pokemon. Okay, in addition to Dynamaxing, there's another mechanic called Gigantamaxing. Gigantamaxing changes what the Pokemon looks like. Examples given include Gigantamax Pikachu looking like his original chubby version seen in Pokemon Red and Blue, Meowth becoming a long-bodied cat, and Lapras having musical notes and bars on its shell. I don't know if I believe it. I feel like they would have shown this by now. Like, they would have shown it today if it was going to be.
And perhaps they're waiting for tomorrow to show it.
Maybe we'll see it tomorrow or the next day. I don't expect to see any more Pokemon news now. But we could.
Not for a while.
We could, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that?
That doesn't sound very... But then again, if you think about it, if somebody told you a month or two ago about...
Giant Pokemon?
Like Dynamaxing, you'd be like, nah, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah,
you're being
true.
Stupid. It seems like such a far-fetched thing to make up.
Speaking of far-fetched...
Oh, go on.
Several Pokemon will get Galar-specific evolutions. Farfetch'd will evolve into Surfetch'd, and Meowth will gain an additional evolution.
Ooh.
Okay, interesting. If our mascot boy gets an additional evolution, I could see a new mascot.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
That could be cool.
Squovet and Greedon are chipmunk Pokemon that hide in trees and attack when players shake trees for berries. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because there were like shaking trees for berries in the wild area.
Didn't we see that earlier?
We saw that last week in the direct trailer. So I could imagine that chipmunk Pokemon.
Yeah, I believe that.
There's an electric type Pokemon called Pamper that resembles a corgi. Is that a typo for Yamper, or like a mistake, or is it the evolve, or what? I can't imagine they call it Yamper then Pamper, but it could be.
It could be a typo.
I reckon it's a typo personally, but that's pretty on the nose. Like that's it.
Like... Okay, that's interesting.
Okay, players can interact with Pokemon when they camp by playing with them and making them curry. Goes with our theory of the potatoes, the camping.
Just curry?
Apparently just curry.
Oh,
maybe that's just one thing they saw.
Maybe.
Scorbunny's evolution is called Raboot. It learns fighting type moves.
Oh, if it's firefighting.
I'm going to be sad.
Another firefighting. Let's hope not. Let's hope this one's wrong.
Yeah. Okay, Stobble's evolutions are Sisile and Inteleon, with its evolution being a spy theme, likely inspired by James Bond. Sobble Spy?
Oh, I like that. And I hope that's true. That'd be amazing.
What type would that be? It would have to be Water Ghost or something, right?
I hope so.
That would be really cool. Grookey's evolution is a giant gorilla with a wood drum.
I could see that.
I could see it. I hope it looks cool, though. I hope it's not just like...
They're like the monkey Pokemon.
Yeah.
Gorilla Pokemon.
There's a new Pokemon that looks like a blue seagull and attacks by throwing either a Barracuda or a Pikachu that it gets by diving into nearby water.
Brilliant.
How does it get a Pikachu in the nearby water?
No idea.
Surfing Pikachu? How many surfing Pikachu are there?
Apparently loads, according to this.
Okay, so that's it for comicbook.com, but I've got another one on wegotThiscovered.com. Okay, there is another one because apparently there are Galar variants of Pokemon like there were for Alola variants of Pokemon.
I could see that.
Yeah, I thought this is what we were going to see. I hope this is kind of true because these sound pretty great. But you know what, in the end, I really don't want... I kind of don't want them to keep messing with this whole like variance thing because I like that it was just Alola because of their climate.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be happy no matter what. You know, I'm easy going with this sort of thing. I like this kind of stuff. If it means more Pokemon and more like interesting ways of seeing Pokemon, I'm happy.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, should we talk about them?
Let's go for it. Let's do it.
Okay, so the Pokemon Noctowl is now going to be ice flying.
That'd be cool.
It becomes black with bits of dark blue. Sounds great. I love an ice flying type.
Yeah.
Sentret turns into a normal ground type and has steel claws. And Furret is normal ground type and has a drill on its tail. That's kind of cool. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Spinarak is Bug Ghost and Ariados.
I can see that.
And it's now black, and the smiley on its back is bright pink.
I can see that.
That would be badass. Bug Ghost type.
Amazing.
Yeah. Jumpluff is Grass Fairy, and its body becomes white and the pom-poms turn pink. Sudowoodo is Steel type and disguises as a pine tree instead. That's awesome. I really like that idea. Houndour is Dark and Ice, and the skull is now made out of ice.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Houndoom is Dark and Ice, and the horns and bone parts are now icicles.
Yes.
Magcargo is Fire and Water.
Ooh.
And now has a seashell as its house. I like that a lot.
I hope these are true. That would be sick.
Routes turns into a Dark Fairy.
Yay.
Instead of a Psychic Fairy. And the green helmet is dark blue and the dress is purple. Same with Curlier. And Gardevoir is Dark Fairy. And it looks a little bit like it's Mega.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. Zangoose turns from a normal type into a fighting/dark type. And it turns black instead of white and has sharper claws.
Nice.
So Viper goes from poison to poison steel and has a giant iron spike ball at the end instead of a knife tail.
Cool.
Spoink turns into a poison type instead of a psychic type. And its tail is made out of purple sludge and its crystal is dark purple.
Nice.
And Grumpig is poison/ghost.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
That all sounds sick.
That's a bit of a reach, and I don't know if they'll really happen, but as it stands, that's kind of cool, right?
I kind of hope that happens. That would be awesome.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I'd be open to all of those because I like the fact that they didn't just go for Gen 1s, they went for Gen 2s and Gen 3 Pokemon at this time. And
mixed it up.
Yeah, because we've had enough of seeing Gen 1 being fucked with. Let's see Gen 2 get fucked with because it's been a while. Also, it means if they did that, when they do Let's Go Togepi and Let's Go Marill, which they will, you can import the Alolan variants in.
Yay.
That would be really cool.
That'd be sick.
Just like you did in Let's Go. I'd like that a lot if you could get your Ghost type Ariados.
Oh man, can you imagine?
Yeah, how cool would that be? Or your Fire Water Magcargo.
Sick.
Your Pine Tree Sudowoodo. Oh, this is going to be so cool.
Oh, I really hope these are true.
Your Ice type Houndoom.
Oh.
Your Mega Ice type Houndoom? Would it Mega Evolve?
I don't know. Who knows?
Man, I want to see this.
We'll have to wait and find out.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was real fun for us just to get to talk about what we've seen already and, go over it. Ocean Bomb, these flavours are gross.
Yeah.
We'll get
Although
more.
I'm still sat here drinking. I don't know why.
I don't know why you've been drinking it this whole time. I'm not touching that.
Ew.
If I see more, I'm going to pick some up. So we'll see.
Yeah. Perhaps next time we can try a different flavour.
Yeah. Hopefully there is more.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please head over to Twitter at Pokemon Payday and, let us know.
Yeah, give us your feedback on what you think all this is like. Be interesting to see if everyone agrees with us.
Yeah.
Or if there's anything that people don't like.
Comment on our post. I will pin
People like the Dynamaxin, don't like the Dynamaxin.
Yeah.
I'll be interested for some feedback.
And don't forget to give us a rating and review on whatever platform you use. We need ratings and reviews on podcasts.
Much appreciated.
For our podcast because, we don't ask for it very often because I don't like being that guy that keeps asking for stuff.
But please.
But help us out because, we're doing okay, but we could do with more.
We could do with your help.
I just really want, I don't really mind if we don't have a lot of listeners. I just really want people to interact with us more.
Yeah, just give us feedback and let us know if we're doing a good job or if we're terrible.
Send us some messages, yeah. Send me an email at pokemonpayday@gmail.com. Something.
Give us some love.
We're open.
Or some hate.
We will happily talk to you about anything.
Anything.
Alright, cool. Well, that'll wrap it up. We'll see you in a week.
Cheerio,
See you in a
guys.
week for another episode. Hopefully we get some more Pokemon news in the next week and we've got something to talk about.
Fingers crossed.
But yeah, should be good. The challenges next week. You get to hear some more stuff.
The challenge.
Yeah, cool. Right, see you later, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye.